This one is for our arms, and I think this will get a little bit messy. So I'm going to try and do this without having a look at it previously. And we're just going to wing it. So just bear with me. But as long as you can get your arms to look something like they should, that is fine. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to look something like they should. So how am I going to do this? Well, because all these surfaces are a bit weird and different curves and things, I'm going to draw this outside sort of shape here and then extrude him out. So we'll end up with a really square looking arm. And then we can start trying to cut some stuff off and do a few different curves and things like that. So let's start with our sketch. I'm going to sketch on the side this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this outside rectangle. So I'm going to go rectangle. I'm going to use it as a construction line. And that outside rectangle is 65 by 102. Then I'm going to turn my construction line off. So I'm back to normal lines. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to have a little bit of a play around because we don't have many dimensions. So we need to start with some sort of curve. So I'm going to go arc. I'm going to choose somewhere up here to somewhere down here. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to just start with the line tool. I'm going to start down here somewhere. I'm just going to kind of draw that shape. So I'm just going to draw that down to here somewhere. We'll draw him up here. We might draw it at 90 degrees across to here somewhere. Then we'll come down. Then we'll go from there to there. Something like that. And then we just have to add in a bit of a circle up here. So if we find the middle of that, and we do that, we're then going to come up here. We're going to say this circle needs a tangent to that line. And it needs a tangent to that line. And this needs a tangent there. And this needs a tangent there. And we kind of got our shape coming in now. Now, do we have many other dimensions we can work with? Not really. So let's go and work some things out. So let's say that this here, oops, I've just accidentally hit enter. So let's go back into our sketch. We're going to dimension it and say this and this need to be 90 degrees. As to this and this needs to be 90. I don't really care too much about some of these other ones, but we might dimension this one here and make it 130 so it's a little bit bigger. Maybe not, 120. It's probably a bit too sharp, so we might go 125 again. Then we have this one down here, which looks roughly right. How long is this line currently? Let's make him not that way. We're going to dimension from this corner to this corner. This way. We're going to make him 30. He looks a bit skinny though. 35 is probably a bit big, so we'll go back to 30. 32.5. That looks about right. From here to here, make him the same. So he's now looking a bit narrow. So we might make him a bit bigger. We might make him 35, something like that. Maybe even bigger. Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer. And we might do that, hey? So I'm going to finish that sketch now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to extrude this whole thing. And we're going to extrude him. I'm just going to say it's 38. I know it's not quite 38, but we're going to call him 38. So now I kind of have this rectangle looking thing, which means that in here, that looks pretty good actually. So I'm just going to jump back into here, jump into my sketch. I'm going to try and draw a circle. So there's the middle of my other circle. And it is a 12.5 millimeter hole. We're going to extrude him minus 15. Alright, so there's our hole on our arm. Now we can kind of have a fiddle here. So we can put our other hole in here. That looks like the middle to me. So we're going to go 10. It's not quite in the middle, so let's just dimension. In fact, let's not dimension. Let's use another sneaky trick. Construction line corner to corner, construction line corner to corner. And then we're just going to coincident this circle to that point, which let's coincident him to here and there. And then he has to be in the middle. Now we have our circle. We're going to extrude that guy minus 20. There's our hole for our hand there too. So now what we need to do is we need to start doing some curving and things. So what we're going to do is we look at this. If I look here, this side stays flat. So I've got that side flat. I'm going to kind of run a bit of a fillet along here. I might actually fillet those two the same. In fact, let's go and give everything a bit of a round over. 5, I might go, actually, on second thoughts, let's get out of that. And let's fillet these two at, say, 10. Something like so. And then over on this side, we're going to do a similar thing. We might go a little bit bigger. Let's keep it at 10 as well. And this one here we might also fillet. Not sure what's about to happen though, because I only want that one edge. So see here where it says tangent chain, if I undo that, it keeps selecting all the following edges. So I don't want a tangent chain. So fillet, tangent chain off. I'm going to deselect a few of these. So I only want that first one for now. I'm going to try a few different things. So 15. Something like that. I could probably then also fillet this one and this one at 12 as well. I reckon something like that will get us out of trouble. That looks pretty good for now. It's not quite what we have going in our model, but that looks pretty good. The other way we can do it is we could undo, say, these ones, and we could go off, say, this face here. And we'll try and cut out a section. So if I want to draw a line sort of across here, something like that, we could then extrude that out. I don't think it's going to quite get us what we want, as in if I extrude that down, kind of gives you a bit of an angle, which is not too bad. Maybe we'll go with that. I can just come in and fiddle with this a little bit. It's not quite right still. Maybe I just need to bring him down a bit. So he's stuck on that center mark. So if I just bring him down a bit, that looks a bit better. And then I can probably just fillet that line around there. Maybe at 12. 10. Let's go with 10. We'll call him done there. You got a little bit of angle on him. Round here isn't quite right. Like, I'd like it a bit more rounded, but that's okay for now. So let's say that that's our arm there. So once we have that, I can then go and try and copy and mirror that whole thing. So if we then go mirror, it's going to ask us what we're going to mirror it around. We're going to say this one here, and we're going to say new body. And that will give us 2 bodies. If I then want to go and move my body, I can split them up a little bit so they're a little bit further away. So there are my arms. So hit save, Lego Man arms, and we're all done.